Hi, welcome to part two. I've laid out a few things. I've put a couple of things together. Um, I just used some of the stretchy cord that you get for hanging ID, and I put that on the end of these two pieces. And all I'm going to do is get these down inside of here. I already put some hot glue, but it's already cooled, so I'm going to have to redo that. That's okay. I also have the other. I need it to fill in some space. So I'll just put some more in there and then we'll get that in there. I put the gel in there. That'll help it to adhere properly. Maybe. Never works out the way you think it. I should have just used some modeling paste, but I didn't. So this is just going to go like that. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It isn't really anything. It's just parts. But I can definitely add some more. And sometimes it doesn't want to stick. That's okay, we'll get it. Something else can go there to help it be secure. And I can put a little bit there so that that piece can stick to the head. It'll hold better. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the top part yet, but I wanted that in place. And while I was recording and fixing the sound in video number 1, I did this, and basically I just used these pieces. I forget where they're from, but there was a whole bunch of them. No, that's not it. There was a whole bunch of them, and they came in, I think they were holding things in a package, and I got like 20 of them. And I thought, wow, those would be perfect, and they did fit perfect. So I just sanded off one side of it so it'll fit in there. So then I just glued, I put some glue in there, and then I twisted this so that it would hold inside. Then I painted it with the gel medium that I colored, and then I put this on there. And this isn't dry enough yet, but it's okay. It's ready to go. So I really hate how Windows 10 just takes over your computer when you tell it you don't want this or you don't want that, and it does it anyway. So anyway, this is partially done, and what I'd like to do is add the sprues where I want them. Now I'll fix this one, and I'll show you how I did it. But I'm going to put the sprues where I want them first. And I think, I don't know if I want to use this. I hate to use this because, you know, with all the virus stuff going on, you know, shipments and things, I don't want to run out, so I'm going to put that away. That's my favorite to use, but I'm going to just not use it. Okay. So I'm going to use this brown that I've mixed up. I mean, I got to use it anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's just not as thick. I find the other to be a lot thicker and creamier. That's okay, it doesn't matter. But you got to use quite a bit for it to stick, so. And the other thing that that does is it helps to adhere the other parts. I want that to come all the way over to that spot right there. Well, hello. So hopefully this one won't be as long, but if I keep doing this, it will be. So now this is sit there and dry. I can heat it up to dry it, but I'm just going to let it sit. I'm going to put a glob right there. And oh, I see why it won't sit. Nope, that's right. Okay. But this will help hold it down, and we don't care if it's globby, if that's the word. We just want it to glue in place. And we don't really care if it's completely flat, we just need it to be glued down to the background. Just get that in there. Okay. There we go, that works. See, that'll go right in there. I think that's what I need here. I need just a little bit more. It's not quite enough in that spot. There we go. Make it globby, glumpy, globby, whatever the word is. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so then as this is all glued down and everything, at some point I think I'm going to put some buttons or something in there. I'm just not sure yet, and I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so what I did is I took this, it's not a wire, it's just plastic. I took this and I fed it through that little mold hole, and I just wound this thing down inside, a few of the coils down in there. Alright, and that gives it some stability because it's not going to pull right out. So then what I want to do is give it just a touch of glue, because if you're not careful, it will melt it. I don't want a lot. I have to have my glue gun on the right because I don't have anywhere to plug it in on the left. And you know, they don't make cords very long anymore. You know, I'd pay $1 more if they used a heavy-duty cord so we could have excess, you know, extra length. That would make so much sense to me. All right, I had another one of those pieces. What did I do with it? Here it is. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and put this on. You can use the heat tool, but I will warn you that this coil stuff will melt, I mean, almost immediately. So then I'm going to take this little brass one and just get it over there. Doesn't matter if it's completely in the center or not, because what's going to happen is, let's see, I'm going to make sure I have them in the right place or the hands will be backwards. Just like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that piece, and that piece will glue right there. Okay? Now, these two pieces I want to glue into here, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I just wanted to show you how I was going about it. So I'm not going to do that just yet. I'll just share that. Give it a little bit of something to adhere to later when I'm ready for it. So I'll stick these over here to completely dry. Now what I want to do is I want to glue this down. If you watched the first video, there was a segment in there where you heard this terrible tearing. That's what I was doing with this. Because I saw this and I went, I want that in there. It was just, you know, an immediate thing, and I wanted to get it on there before I forgot. And I don't even know what made me do it, but the moment I thought of it, I had to. Because, you know, I'll forget. And especially when you're doing the voiceover, because you have to watch everything as you're doing it. So I'm going to stick that all the way to the end, like that, and then just let it glue right there. And I do like this piece on the side. It kind of gives me balance. Balance, I need balance, always. So we'll do the same thing with this one. And it takes up space. It doesn't add too much weight. I mean, almost nothing. I mean, I doubt if it's even an ounce. So let's get that piece in there. I want that to come just underneath there. And then what this does is it gives this little piece just a little bit of support. Even though it's glued, if it doesn't have something to rest on, sometimes, you know, getting bumped or whatever will cause it to stop adhering. So in this, I need to glue this part. And I think I'm just going to use the hot glue at this point just to get it done. And then this piece as well. There. All right. Okay. This mushroomed out, but I want it that way because it will give me something more to embellish, you know, with the metallics or whatever I decide to use. And I still, you know, other than what I've done so far, I don't know what I'm going to do next. Never made one before like this one, so this is, you know, you're seeing it as it's being done. Now, this is the cardboard gears that I made, and I am going to glue those down, and this will support this gear, and it will just, you know, go up against this one. This one isn't as quite as important because it's just sitting there, but I'm going to do a half and half. You can also use E6000 or anything else that you want. I don't care. Not really. If you're doing a video, you want it to dry as quickly as possible because it is quite annoying to have to wait for 24 hours every time you do something. So anyway, this is what I want right there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one in, but I'm going to use Aleene's because it's cardboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the Aleenes on it. I could have used what is that? Super glue on the edges and all that, but you know, I don't really think it's necessary because it's going to have more work done. So I'm pushing down so that glue gets completely covered on the edges. In some applications you may not want that, but in this I do. So now I had something to go on top of there, but I don't think I want that, no. Let me see, maybe this. I really like this button. Oh yeah, that looks very, very cool. So I'm going to put some of this on there. And again, do a little bit of the hot glue just so it sticks on there fast. Ooh, almost dropped it. It's a little crooked, but that's where it's staying. It's okay. Do not worry. Because what you can do is you can put another one in here and it looks like they're offset anyway. So we're good. Go with the flow. If I can recommend anything, it's go with the flow. I really like this snake and I really want to use it, so I am going to just go ahead and fill it up with this colored gel medium. And I'm just going to go ahead and fill the cavity with it. And that way it will completely glue, it will be solid, it's not going to go anywhere. This I don't want to use the hot glue. But I absolutely love these things. They are too much fun. I want that just under here. That supports this part, this supports that. And the snake will glue to that. Yep, okay. Alright, so where are we at? We've got that down. We don't have, this is what I was going to put on there. I didn't see it. And if you have a little bit oozing out, it will secure it. Just like that. Okay. Not sure what I'll do with this piece now. I may not use it at all, or I may put it there. Not sure. So anyway, we have these glued down. We have all of this glued down. That's good, good, good. Okay, and I did try the faucet up here, and I did not like it. However, I do like the watch. The watch looks super cool up there. And, I mean, it could go anywhere. It could go here. I think it's too much. Well, maybe not. But that leaves me with that spot that I need to do something with. Okay, I'm just thinking, pondering what I should do. Okay, that's still not very secure. So I will have to put some things here to make it stay. Alright, I am still thinking if these are dry enough. Yeah, this one's dry enough, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one down, but I have to decide what to do with this. So do I want like that? Maybe. Alright, I need to do something with this. I forgot about that. Not sure. Not sure. One moment. Okay, that was interesting, but I think I got it. What I did is I wrapped some yarn around it. Now I can't find it. Around the hand because this is pretty ugly and I couldn't find anything else to go in there. And I wanted to put this glue into it, so that's what I have to do. Now, if I could just find that piece of, oh, here it is. So I just have this yarn and I'm just going to put in some hot glue in it and around it, just kind of wrap it. Put some on there. And then I can, you know, I can concentrate on actually building the body part. And I just want to get, you know, get that in there. I had a heck of a time because the tacky glue is what I normally would use for yarn, but it didn't want to adhere to this plastic. So rather than fuss around with it, I thought I would just go ahead and use the glue gun and put some up here. And so I think if I were going to do it again, I would use E6000 or something. You know, if I were going to sell this one, I would put E6000 unless the person didn't care. So as long as it's looking pretty good, it's not exactly the same as the other one, but it's okay. We are not going for perfection here. This is a steampunk assemblage thing made out of junk. So, alright, so I have this. You saw how I did that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big clinker of that right there. And then this will go right there. And then that will go there. Just like that. I actually wanted it to go in the center here. It doesn't want to, so it's going to go right there. And then this one I will, once this has dried and gotten cold, then I can lift these up and do the same. Because it's not gonna dry that quick. So then, while I was looking for things to use, initially I had wanted to use this, and I wasn't sure that I would have a spot for it. But I'm going to check and see if I have a spot now. And if I do, it will go there. Looks pretty cool. I also wanted to use a key. So So that key, that could be the keyhole, I suppose. We could do that. And then it's pretty balanced. This piece could go there. Nope, it's just a bit too big. But that could go up against there like that. I like that. I also have this, and I have moved it around several times, and I just don't think it fits. So I will not use that. But look how long it's taken me to get to there, to decide that I don't want it. I like the clock, or the watch. I do like the watch. So I think the watch is going to stay. But what I have to do is I have to put some dimension in here. That's getting too flat for me. So I have some modeling paste. And I am going to add some modeling paste. I just need a little cup. And let me wipe this off so I don't get it all over inside. I swear this stuff feels like caulking. I know people do use caulking. I have not tried it. There we go. That should be enough. And do I want to throw a little of this in there? Maybe. I think I'll just use the brown. Or the black. Maybe I'll just use the black. Okay. I just don't want it to be white. Okay. Alright. Now, I already put some hot glue to hold this in so it didn't come apart. Because it will come apart. And I took the backs off, got the batteries out, and used the other part, the backs, for other things. To layer, mostly. That's good. So if it comes out a little bit, it's not a big deal. It's not pure white, so, you know, it won't look too bad. Alright, so I do need to apply some texture, and doesn't have to be anything special, just not flat. And you can just wipe it off, so that's what I'm going to do. I could have done this all the way through, but I wasn't sure exactly what I was doing with it until now, so. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. This makes it a little hard, to do it this way. But trying not to get my head in the video. All right. We are at 30 minutes, so we're going to be needing to speed this up a little bit. Not in the way of speeding up the video, just me working a little faster. So, and I do like this thicker modeling paste, and I do want to get some of that mixed around. There we go. Get some of that on there. Let's get some of that. And, I did use the hot glue yesterday, or whatever day it was. Yesterday. And unfortunately, it did come off. It did not stay like I had hoped. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like using it. But since I'm just creating, I'm not, it's not a commissioned piece or whatever, so we're just going to go with it, go with the flow. Now, I am just adding a little bit here and there. Okay, get that over there. Now, this piece, I am definitely going to use this piece. So, Creepy Doll will have his own little creepy pet. Okay. Creepy pet, here we go. There we go. He had way too much. So, anyway, I just wanted to get a little bit more texture out here since I had so much there. I do like using this. I love how thick it is. So let's just get some of this on here. And there we go. Yeah, I'm making a big mess here. All right. We don't need perfection on this. It just needs to have some humps and bumps, and let's get a little bit right there. may work. Like, yeah. Just like that. See, I can move that up, you know. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Looks good. Yep, get that in there and then just wipe it down a little bit to see what it looks like on this side. Yep, that works. Okay. Let's get a little bit of this down. Okay. And, you know, you could just put this on and then put all your pieces in. I'm just trying to save some of my product until the self-quarantine things are done. I don't want to run out of anything, so this is how I'm doing it. I am just making it as long as it stays down, that's all that matters. So that one can go like that. And I look at it this way. I'm going to be sitting here at home anyway. I might as well be doing something. And something creative and, you know, enjoy my time. I enjoy being home anyway, so there we go. I do enjoy my home. So that one looks pretty good. I'm going to run it out a little bit. And just make it look sloppy. So this will dry. Then when I put the black gesso over it, then all of that will fill in. So I have brown, I have gray, I'm going to have some black. It'll look nice. All right. But what's nice is, you know, I can just make a little bit, make it work. You know, I really wanted to go to college for art many years ago. And it just never worked out, so I just do my own thing instead. And you know what? I'm quite happy doing it this way. Get a little bit more here. And I will be roughing up the edges of this frame as well. It won't be pretty smooth, or, you know, it will be distressed. Alright. We need to do a little bit right there. Let's turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And we'll get some of that under there. Yep. Should have used a flat-ended one. I'm not sure where it's at. It might be in the other room. There we go. That looks pretty good down there. And you know, once all of the distressing and everything happens, it'll look a lot better. Just a little bit more. Let's use what I got here. Okay, and well, I'm kind of liking the way it is. I don't think I want to add any more. Clean off my palette knife. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what we got going here. Make sure all of these things are glued in. Yep, it is. Okay. Now I have to deal with this. It's still not... See, the hot glue just does not want to hold. So I need to do something with that. Do I have... Nope, don't want that. Alright, I'm going to put you on hold till I find something. Okay, I had some little gears that I had already glued together for a different project and I didn't use it. So I am going to go ahead and make a little bit more. That went back. This one's a little easier to work with. I don't need too much. But I need enough to, oh god, that stuff stinks. I need enough to camouflage that. Like I said, gray, browns, that's fine. I just don't want white. And I'm sure you can buy it already colored, but I see no point. Not when you have acrylic paint. What's nice about the ink, though, is you don't have to use a lot of it. So that stick a bunch of it there. Stick that right there. Okay, I'll do the same thing here. And that will definitely hold it down once it dries. It won't go anywhere. Now, if I knew where my decorating tips were, I would go a little bit further with this, but I don't have a clue. Put some of that right there. Because the glue came up, the hot glue. So I got to make sure that doesn't come off of there. Now, since I have done this, I really wanted to add some of the eggshells. So I think I'm going to do that now, just in a few little spots. And, oh yeah. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. It is looking good. Alright, so the eggshells, all I need is just a few. And I can use clear, or I can use this. Let me see, let me just go ahead and do a test run, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I'll just put a little bit right here. Okay. And this will give some really cool texture. It doesn't want to come off. Okay, and I'll do it again. Throw some in here somewhere. Okay. There we go, I like that. Perfect. And I'll throw a little bit right here. It's better if they're flat, but If you can't get them, you can't. That'll be fine. Okay. Throw some right there. It just gives it a lot of texture without, you know, having to worry too much about what all you put on there. This, I think, doesn't need much. Okay, that looks pretty good there. I don't use this too often, and I don't know why, because I kind of like the look. And of course the phone is ringing. Okay, I think that's for me. Hang on. Okay, several interruptions, all kinds of, you know, I don't even want to get into it. But when you're taking care of, or not taking care of, but helping an elderly person, we're elderly, but we're helping his mom, you know, we have to make sure that she has everything she needs. So, I had to, since everybody is hoarding and getting the things that everybody needs, I'm sharing some of the stuff that I have just so that she can keep her area disinfected and whatever. And I'm not complaining about that. I really don't mind helping, but I just think people need to stop. And that's all I'm going to say about it. They just need to stop. So, we are at a point where I really can't do any more to it. It's pretty full. It has to dry. I can't do any work to it till this is completely dry. You know, some of these pieces are still wet, you know, and I don't want anything to happen to the eggshells. And then once it's completely dry, then we'll go over it with some gesso, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what comes up from it. I need to put something in here. I'm just not sure what yet. So as soon as this is dry, then if I have fixed that, I will show it to you. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, click the bell if you want another update. Part 3 will be coming soon. And just thanks for watching, and be safe out there. Bye-bye.